You're listening to Miscast Commentary.
Hey everybody, welcome to Miscast Commentary. I'm Joe Findlay.
I'm Todd Tebow, the Sailor Murray.
And we are here with you with a Coming Attractions episode.
Yeah, coming attractions time, baby.
Lots and lots and lots to talk about today, if you can believe it.
I don't believe it at all. I've done nothing but play The Witcher 3
Yeah.
and wallow in my own filth.
I have been, I'm sure enough people out there will be able to relate to me. I've been really trying hard to get my rocks to spawn in the place that I want them to in Animal Crossing, and it has been a nightmare because I'm not time traveling anymore because that became a whole problem.
You're raising rocks?
What's that?
You're raising rocks?
I'm moving all the rocks to one spot, and it's a whole thing. You had to be there.
I guess.
But we need to talk about the true elephant in the room, the true nightmare, the braggadocio of our DCEU
here we
enemies.
go.
The Snyder Cut is coming to HBO Max.
It's actually happening.
But nothing made me feel more vindicated than the fact that they announced it's going to cost us over $30 million to do it, meaning it didn't exist exactly like we've been telling you since the beginning.
Oh, they got to do the promotional. They need 30 minutes. They got to take it from Warner Bros., bring it over to Netflix.
Well, it's not Netflix.
Or no, not Netflix. Sorry.
HBO Max.
HBO Max.
Well, Warner Brothers
That's like
owns
way out in the desert somewhere.
Yeah, they own it.
It's like in a, jeez.
But
I cannot believe. So how many people have to call in and complain before they actually say like, "Hey, we're going to spend $30 million to recut this movie"?
This was, if HBO Max was not coming out, this never would have happened. HBO Max didn't have the hook that it needed because the Friends reunion got canceled.
Oh no!
Well, postponed,
right?
Because of all this stuff.
Damn.
They didn't have something that was going to get people in the early goings to like go at it, because it's like, yeah, they got lots of cool stuff there, but they're like, we have all the Harry Potter movies. I'm like, you know who else has all the Harry Potter movies? Me. You're just watching all the Harry Potter movies.
Everyone.
I was like, pretty much anybody who wanted to, and like, it was stuff like that, and they're trying to sell. They're like, we've got Batman versus Superman. Oh, you mean the worst superhero movie of all time? Superman 4 being obvious,
Take my money.
like, and it was that kind of thing. I think they just didn't have anything that was a real hook for like a niche group of people,
because they probably
right?
get like all the time.
Mm-hmm.
People complaining, people calling the line, whatever. I don't even know who. Like, what? I just say it on my computer. Like, who?
Yeah.
How are they finding this person to say?
It's all Twitter.
It's all twatter.
It's all Twitter with the
Christ.
hashtag release the Snyder Cut. But this is now.
Look at all these. I can't handle all these hashtags. He's like the studio head. I'm drowning in it. We got to make this movie.
But this has now created a dangerous precedent, because as I was looking up news and stuff for this week's show, David Ayer did an interview and said, "Oh, well, my cut of my cut of Suicide Squad would be way better. We could get it together pretty quick. So let's do the Ayer cut of Suicide Squad." Blah blah blah. And now, so he's trying to get that going, and you're like, "Holy shit! Just let a shitty movie be a shitty movie."
No way. This is way better, because now we can get the insert 500 names cut of The Last Jedi.
Oh God.
Remake the whole movie. I'm on it.
Yeah, all those people. And then somebody started talking about the Trank cut, the Josh Trank cut of Fantastic Four.
Oh, Lord, come on.
And then they asked Josh Trank about it. He's like, no.
Yeah, what the fuck? Why?
He's like, I have no interest in doing it. I do not want anybody who supports me to be...
like who the hell?
Doing all that. But
the Snyder Cut.
And then the fourth one, although this one isn't really the same, it's a little bit different, but a little bit the same, I guess, is the hashtag Make Solo 2 Happen movement.
Nice. I'm on board with that one.
But at least that's make another movie. We liked your first movie. You made a good first movie, so now reward yourself by making a second movie.
They should do a Solo 2.
Well, they were Alden Ehrenreich was signed on for 3. And
is that Solo?
Yeah, it's Solo. So that means they had always planned on doing multiples anyways. But that's just the thing. And obviously the way they left it with Darth Maul and stuff like that, that wasn't where they were leaving you. That was
what's her name took off. Like, we got to see her again.
Yeah, and she's signed on for multiple movies as well. But that's the difference, though. This is...
It doesn't have to come out so fast.
No, well,
I mean, it just came out for Christ's sake.
Well, no, it's been a couple years now.
Oh, it felt like last week.
And they'd still have to develop it and do all. So, I mean, you're looking at like another 3. If they decided today that they were going to do it, it would be another 3 years.
Yeah, it's about time. 3 years seems about right.
There you go. So it'd be 5 total by the time it was all said and done.
Sure.
But but yeah, it's just so funny because you get these movies that people complained about, it's like so many people, and yet everybody who you talk to, like whenever I go on Twitter, I'm like, I don't understand you people. You all, I don't know why I even.
I know why do you do this to yourself?
It's because sometimes I'm awake and I'm lonely, and it's just how it goes. But I'm like, I don't understand you guys. I was like, I heard nobody say they liked like Man of Steel, and nobody's like Man of Steel was okay at best for people. I heard nobody say they liked Batman versus Superman. Heard nobody say they liked Dawn of Justice here, but that's Batman versus Superman, Justice League, and then. Everybody's like, no, but now we're going to get what we want. And I'm like, you've now going to get what you asked for, and you're going to have to fucking deal with it, because guess what? This is going to be a fucking nightmare.
What if it's amazing? What if it's like, wow, I can't believe this movie is so good?
Well, you know what? Then I'm happy for them, because I want to watch a good movie.
No, I don't like watching good movies. I ain't into that shit.
That's all. Like, that's what I want. I wanted all those other movies to be good, and I had to leave disappointed. And I got sick of fucking spending money on going to see these movies. But
nobody that even asked for the Snyder Cut is going to get HBO Plus.
No, probably
They're
not.
going to get the dirty one that you get at the old Mart.
No, it's the day it comes out. It's going to be #release
the Snyder Cut for free.
Yeah, release
free
HBO Max for free.
Free the Snyder Cut.
Yeah. You're just playing with that goddamn pillow. Stop playing with the pillow. You're like my fucking son. Oh, you see the pillow? I gotta whip it around.
What the hell? Just mind your business over there.
But this is my business.
We need like a glass here.
We do. We do have a little bit of space. We are allowed to be
bullshit.
Well, no, but then we have headphones to deal with
that.
Talking about DC a little bit more, Henry Cavill is back in talks to play Spider-Man. Holy fuck, Superman again.
Whoa, super ripped Spider-Man.
Yeah,
smooth Spider-Man.
So
like my mustache.
Yeah, but like, I'm wondering what this was. I'm thinking they had no plans for him. And I think that they were like, we're not going to do anything with Superman for like a long time now because of whatever's happened and stuff like that. And I think this like release the Snyder Cut thing got them a little amped to like do another something.
I think somebody should come out with it. Just reboot Superman, make him the good old one. I want to see non-dark. You know what I mean? I want him to play Superman.
You're not going to get that as long as Snyder has some hand in the universe. You're never going to get it. But he does. He's to the point where he's the in-demand guy. He's basically got all the power in the whole DCEU thing. He's like, who else? Think about another person.
They fired his ass.
Well, I mean, they didn't fire him. He had to leave because his like daughter killed herself or whatever it was. I think it was his daughter.
I would have thought after the movies and all the critical backlash that I had that they would have been like, okay, you're out. We're going to go with somebody else.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, I think they would have had his movie came out in the first place and it bombed, but it wasn't. They're like, no, this isn't my movie. This is Joss Whedon's movie. So even though my other 2 movies sucked, it's because Joss Whedon sucked that the whole thing wasn't good.
Exactly.
So
this one was going to tie up everything. You would have loved them. You just had to get there.
That was
like, wow, you know what? This makes so much sense that the other 2 movies aren't pieces of shit, and I love them.
Yeah. And we got some other franchises that are continuing, as it were. Doctor Strange director Scott Derrickson is going to be directing the sequel to Labyrinth.
Nice.
So I no real story on that or anything at this point.
Sarah's back.
That's what I was kind of hoping, but I'm kind of like, I don't know what
Sarah's
it's going to lead, because you're not going to have the Goblin.
Sarah's daughter.
Like, are you? I don't know. I don't know anything. I literally just said there's no stories.
Yes, there is. It's Sarah's daughter.
Yeah. Okay.
And the dog who never ages brings her to the labyrinth.
All right, cool.
God.
Sorry.
Todd. Don't even look at things.
Todd's already written the movie.
Yeah, I got it. David Bowie's in there. He's his hologram.
I got it. I wrote it I wrote it in a bathroom stall in there.
It's David Bowie's bulge is the main enemy in this one.
Well, it's all that's left of him, I think. I think they jarred it. And
Jar Jar.
James Mangold confirmed to direct Indiana Jones 5.
Oh, yeah, I read that. I read that yesterday or something.
Hopefully it's got the Logan darkness to it. Could you imagine?
It's gonna be a dark indie. Shooting people, blasting people, eating around, swipping that
He's
wing.
Like, he blows off Hitler's head, and like some girl whips out her boobies because that's
whips out her boobies.
Well, that's what happened at like the beginning of Logan. I was like, whoa! I was like,
Wolverine, look at
I was
these.
like to me, I was just like, you guys are. It was like when you saw Bob Saget do stand-up comedy after Full House.
Oh my God.
They were like, I'm going to make a point to show you that things are going to be really different from now on. And he did it immediately. Like, it wasn't even like 5 minutes into the movie. And it's
not even 5 minutes.
No. And then
it's shocking.
I know. And then we talk about Wolverine, and this isn't rumor or anything like that. Again, this is more fan art being news and movie news websites. Somebody did a Keanu Reeves as Wolverine fan art thing, and I started to think, I was like, he could be pretty cool. I mean, like, very subdued and all that, right? So it could be pretty cool. But I think this also just speaks to the fact that Marvel has been trying to get him to be a part of anything, and they know they have spoken to him about a role, and nobody knows what it is. They had literally almost every single movie. They wanted him to be Doctor Strange. They wanted him to be Moon Knight. They wanted him to be all sorts of shit.
I could see him as Moon Knight.
Mm-hmm.
I think they did a right pick with Benedict Cumberbatch.
Yeah, that wasn't bad.
Bungy bung.
What else do we got today?
What else happened out there?
Jimmy Fallon apologized for doing blackface like 21 years ago on an SNL sketch.
On SNL. So he has to apologize, not SNL or anything.
Well, that's two parts. One part, yeah, is the person who let it go on air not to blame. But also, somebody made a comment. I can't remember who it is. I want to say it was Bill Burr. But he was like, the statute of limitations for rape in New York is 20 years. He's like, can we not have something that was meant as a joke, like, be more offensive than sexual assault after that amount of time? And it was just kind of, I don't even know what came out, because I don't know if it was something he just realized and he's like, I got to get ahead of this or whatever, because like I hadn't heard any complaints about it, and all of a sudden he's like, oh yeah, by the way, blackface. And I was like,
20. It's a good point, actually.
Yeah, I mean,
somebody would have done their time by now. You know what I mean? Like, forget about it.
Here is my thoughts on it. If nobody cared then, like, I mean, it's not like you can say, oh, it was a different time. It was the friggin' like late 90s. Right? It's like, that wasn't a different time. It was just as offensive then as it would be now. So
wonder what skit it is. You probably can't find it now.
No, he did. He was an impression. He was doing like a Ray Charles or something like that. I think he said. I don't even remember. But
that's hilarious.
I don't even remember who he said it was. But it was. It's that kind of thing of, if nobody was offended then, you can't be offended now. It's not like it was something from the 50s where if like a black person spoke up, they would have been like run out of town. Yeah. Right? Which
they probably had, I don't know when this was, but I guarantee you there's black castmates and black people on the writing team and on the thing, and everybody was okay with it.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I mean? It was like he forced his way with a gun. I'm going to do this blackface. They're like, no, Jimmy, no.
Well, that actually reminds me too, because they've been talking about, Wanda Sykes has been talking a lot, because like Biden made that if you vote for Trump, you ain't black comment, and then that blew up. Everybody's like, forget about all those COVID deaths and all the Russia stuff and all the lies and all that. This guy said you ain't black if you like Trump, so let's all get on that. So so they had to talk about that for a while, and somebody, I can't remember what, Wanda Sykes just came out and just basically said, she's like, you know what, he hasn't asked me to like shoot bleach into my titties or anything like that. She's like, he was trying to connect with people and it just didn't go well. That's essentially what his was. And she's like, but how about I just fix his statement to be, if you vote for Trump, you ain't smart.
Yeah.
And then Scott Baio decided to get involved.
Oh, yes.
And he's like, oh, it's funny, you didn't defend Roseanne when she like said her thing, because Wanda Sykes was writing on Roseanne at the time when it happened. So you didn't defend her just because you're a liberal hack. She's like, no, actually, because Biden didn't say you ain't no ape.
Yeah, like it's not even the same.
It's not even kind
he just
of
literally said he didn't even say anything bad about either.
No,
he just said if you black people don't vote for Donald Trump.
That was basically what he was getting
right there.
at.
Black people don't vote for Donald Trump. And who's offended? White people?
It was really, I can't believe, like, he's like, I wouldn't fathom the idea of a black person being able to vote Trump. That's what he was trying to say.
And so who was offended? Guaranteed it was white people.
Mostly, yeah.
Yeah.
But there were, it was like the few.
I'm black and I voted for Trump.
I was going to say the few black Republicans that the Republicans own. They all came out. But
that's why they paid them all that money, just so they could be on their side and say, listen, like that one dude, every time they have the rally, there's that one black dude. Yeah. The same dude. Yeah. And he's got the Trump sign. Yeah. And he's in like a sea of people who are at the corner of their eye, like, once this is over. Yeah. But like.
Yeah, you're gonna get the best seat. Could you imagine? That must be amazing. Like to be the black Republican. You're like, it's weird. I always get the best seats. I'm always up on stage with the president. I'm always like,
what do you know?
I was like, I could reach out and touch him, but they won't let me touch him for some reason.
I hear it all the time. Nobody knows. Nobody respects. Nobody is more for the black community than Donald Trump. I get calls about it all the time. People tell me all the time what an amazing job I'm doing. Yeah, how awesome I am.
Name one. It's a
Denzel Washington called me 3 days ago, told me I'm doing a great job on coronavirus. Yeah. Thanks for the masks.
And that's when Jay Farrow sells his soul and he starts doing like all his impressions. He's like, then Will Smith came. He's like, Yeah.
Oh, I just watched Bad Boys for Life. Bad Boys 3.
How was it?
It was terrible.
Oh, really? Oh,
absolutely terrible. Martin Lawrence looks like they dragged him onto the set after he had a raging stroke or something.
He did, yeah. I mean, in the trailers, he didn't look fantastic.
I'm like, wow. Or he looks like he's about to go into like diabetic shock.
Yeah. Oh, man, that's sad.
Yeah, and he's missing from a lot of the action scenes. It's really crappy.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
It reminded me of that piece of trash other Michael Bay movie that came out with Ryan Reynolds and a bunch of fucking people I never saw before. It cost like $200 million. It was on Netflix. It was called Six Underground.
Oh, that one, yes.
It's terrible.
Yeah, you're always watching the Michael Bay shit.
There's blow in the fucking commercials. Everything's blowing up.
Yeah, I know.
And then I'm like, why did I watch this?
Okay. Todd now officially has the best words. There's blow, he said. He just said, like, that's like of mice and men, Lenny. I squeezed the mice to death by accident.
I don't say words anymore, full words.
I love the mouse, then there was blow. Oh, Lord. Yo,
I guarantee you that's going to be the little peeps going to be saying that. Is he dead? Which one's not dead? Whichever one of those loser rappers isn't dead, they're going to be saying that. Yeah.
The survivors are all talking about blow.
Yep.
What else did we have to talk about? Oh, a very interesting thing. I just read this thing that was the announcement from the Hollywood Foreign Press Association for the Golden Globes, saying that Pedro Pascal would be eligible for a Best Actor award for The Mandalorian should he
I think the suit should
get a
the
nomination.
Award.
Well, and this was the thing. And so the question came because they were like, we thought you guys were all about like, seeing the face and all that. They're like, their policy is that a solely voice acted role is not eligible for a Golden Globe. And he technically, had he never taken off his mask, would have been, even though he was the guy, the body on,
he was in
on
the
set
suit
the whole time, they said that he would not have qualified had he never taken off his mask, but he takes it off once, so he qualifies.
Really?
That was the whole... Oh,
that's hilarious.
That's spoiler alert. He takes off his mask once.
They must be like, oh man, I really love this show, but he's got to take his mask off. And they're like, yeah.
I think it just came to the point
he's not supposed to take his goddamn mask off. They're never supposed to take the mask off.
I know. Well, they create a reason for him to take it. It's not like he does it willy-nilly. Like,
he's in a thing.
He's like, I need a Sunny D.
One of these... Well, how was he going to drink a Sunny D anyways? With a straw, I guess, but...
Yeah.
Somebody probably farts. Maybe he gets stuffed under something's asshole, and he's got to take it off.
Yeah. Yeah, who knows?
Oh, it's going to be like Baby Yoda's dying, and the only way to give him mouth-to-mouth is to take his mask off.
You'll figure it out.
Boom.
I like that
you're... It's
not. But I like that you're already complaining about it, and it's a show you like. No, but anyways, I just found that really weird that they had such a weird policy that mask on 99.999% of the time.
Do you have to see his face when he takes his mask off? Could it be the back of his head? Would it have counted?
That's a great question. I'm going to say no.
You have to see his face.
And I'm like, what is the point? Why can't a voice act? This goes right back to Andy Serkis and all that.
The cartoon could win an award then.
Yeah, and that was my whole thing. Like, why do they not deserve awards? They're not doing things the same. It's not like it's fucking like Snow White and the Seven Dwarves and there's some guy sitting all by himself doing all the animation and then somebody just walks in and then does the voice for 5 seconds and leaves. Like, the people who do these roles now put their whole body into the roles.
What's her name won an Oscar for being in Queen Elizabeth. She was in the movie for like 3 minutes or something, and she won an Oscar.
Those are bananas. What's her face from American? No,
Mark Wahlberg in The Departed.
Oh, that's a good one. No, I saw Ruby Dee in what is it? American Hustle.
Yes.
Was it? Is that
I
the
think
right
so.
one?
Yeah, it's somewhere in that zone.
Okay. Sorry, yeah, but yeah, he was like, those ones blow my mind. It's like, oh yeah, no, they were in the movie for 5 seconds, but Gollum, who is a physically embodied role, who just happens to be animated, and like somebody acted the shit out of him.
That's the way to really sell it.
Yeah,
like Andy Serkis, like that kind of shit. But I mean, then you could be like, well, if you weren't on set, as long as you waved your arms a little bit while you said the words, you're animated, and then that counts as a.
There's always going to be a stupid line.
That's gonna have to be
crossed. Yeah. We had a string of cool movies we had been recording for you, and then we kind of like got interrupted to do our Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, which was awesome, and it was good, but that also just left us a bit of a back catalog.
It's like when you're at like a bar and you're putting money into a jukebox, and there's a function where if you put in $2, my song goes over top. That's what Buddy did.
Is that a thing?
Yeah,
this is fucking class
warfare. You pay $2 and then you put it over top of theirs.
Oh,
and that's what Mike Kaplan did.
Yeah,
he put $2 in.
He put $2 in, and by $2, he means willingness to be on our show.
Yeah,
which is like $100 to us.
$2.
Oh lordy,
old toonie.
But all that did was put more gold at the end of the rainbow that was that episode.
That's right.
Because now we are bringing to you an 80s classic that horrified us while we watched it. We are watching. I was going to be dramatic, and then I realized I went too long.
Oh, I think you forgot what it was, because I did.
No, I didn't forget. I just I was sitting there, I was like, we are watching, and then I was like, no, what's too long? Oh, this is probably already too long. We are watching Weird Science.
Yeah.
And oh my God, we recorded this one a little while ago, and
what a film.
Holds up isn't the word we're looking for. Like, whether or not it holds up.
You won't need to hold it up during this movie, people, let me tell you.
No, you'll get it up. Especially if you're into teenage boys wearing girly underpants.
Oh my God, who isn't?
True enough. All right, guys, let us take a listen to the trailer.
It's not a bad idea.
What?
Making a girl. Actually making a girl.
This is Wyatt and Gary.
I'd give her warm digits mammary glands.
Something's about to change their world. Something out of this world.
She's alive! Alive!
What would you little maniacs like to do first?
It's all in the name of science. Weird science.
If you want to be a party animal, you have to learn to live in the jungle.
Not us.
Not here. No way.
She is turning their lives.
Trust me for once, will you?
What is going on?
Gary, I don't know. I don't know.
Their minds. And their house. Upside down.
It's seriously affecting your sex life.
It's completely unnatural.
Do you realize it's snowing in my room?
Totally unbelievable.
What's going on?
And definitely weird.
Hey, dudes.
They went from zeros to heroes in one fantastic weekend.
That's so good.
Universal Pictures presents a John Hughes film, Weird Science.
It's purely sexual.
Good Lord.
Wow. Look forward to that. Hear all those people talking about it, man?
Yes.
They're talking.
I don't know what this thing was, but you did make it seem you sold it properly.
Fucking right. Hey,
So-
Chitter, stop all that chatter. We're talking.
So yeah, that is next week. I think. I don't know. Do we got anything else for this week?
I have nothing to talk other than The Witcher 3 is a great game.
Yep.
Play it.
I really want to play it, actually.
It is good stuff.
I couldn't-
There's nudity. I saw boobs.
Oh my god. I don't know that I'm ready for that.
But there's all these different things, like when you do one thing, it like changes stuff. And now I'm like, how much does it change? Because I accidentally got a bunch of kids. Well, they were already kidnapped. Like I could have saved them. I didn't know. I didn't trust.
Yeah.
The kids are gone.
I've been looking at a lot of things that people have been posting online for Animal Crossing because I'm playing it right now. But the people have, it takes me back to like writing boobs on your calculator and stuff like that. Well, there every now and again you can like somebody will ask you a question. It's like, oh, like what's your favorite hobby? And it'll be like stamp collecting or this, or you can say something else. If you say something else, you could type whatever you want in.
It's always boobs.
So some guy wrote, the guy in today, he's like, I'm so proud of myself. He's like, so you're into sucking dick for money. That's awesome. I'm like, it's like, I can't believe they let me write that.
He's going to get banned. You should have reported that filth.
It just made me laugh so hard.
Japanese authorities.
It's just everybody. Like, given the opportunity, that's what everybody does. It takes me right back to The Simpsons too, where it's like, hey, what do you want your bowling name to be? He's like, are poo and ass taken? Like, it's just like, it's always that sort of thing.
Poo and ass taken.
It really makes me sad for what our actual instincts are as humans. Right? I was like, I don't think we're meant to survive because those are our instincts.
Thank God for Trump.
Oh,
it's the only reason I'm alive.
Yeah. But Twitter, not for long.
Oh yeah, he's gonna. Oh my lord,
he attacked him, but he's not getting rid of his Twitter.
That's like what the Nazis did.
You heard why he's doing it, right? Because
they make fun of his hair all the time.
No, beyond that, he tweeted about mail-in ballots being fraudulent, which is incorrect, and also just on the side note, he does mail-in voting, but he says you shouldn't be allowed to because they try to stop people from voting. They try to clog the voting stations, and they try to rig the machine. Like they showed that like Russians were rigging the machines and stuff like that. So if you're not using the machines, you can't have a rigged system. So he's saying, no, that's rigged. You have to go stand in line. And then Twitter put underneath all his tweets, see the facts about this, right. And they started fact checking him, and he's like, "This is an invasion of my privacy," and he's like, "Blah blah blah," and whatever. And then
how was an invasion of privacy when you said something on our platform?
Yeah,
and now we're literally just saying, "No, you're wrong."
Hey, here's some truth, just in case you're interested. And then
Mark Zuckerberg, the biggest dirtbag next to Trump, is like, "Don't listen to Twitter, listen to me. Sign up for Facebook."
And that was what he did, and that was basically it. He's like
piece of trash.
And the exact words he said are, we shouldn't be arbiters of truth. So you're just blatantly saying that we should just totally be allowed to like put out lies. And this is after they just got into shit for basically allowing all this stuff.
Yep.
Facebook, on top of that, also responsible, well, not personally responsible, but involved in a friggin' genocide. People using Facebook and it not getting shut down to like incite a friggin' genocide. They've sold people's data. Like they do dirtbag thing after dirtbag thing, and then for him to come out and dirtbag in front of everybody to like
who should be allowed. Well, after they they came out that they were stealing all the people's info and putting them into those goddamn things that like rig elections and shit. I watched that whole thing on it.
Yeah,
it was awesome. Change. That guy's a fucking wow. I know. It's like the kettle comes out.
Yeah,
and is like black this and black that, and you're like, holy jeez. Did I say kettle or pot? Whatever. You know where I was going with that.
I was, yeah. Well, no, quite frankly, I didn't even know if I wouldn't even have known how to correct you. I was like.
But yeah, that guy's, I think I saw on your Facebook today, you said you were going to get author, man. I only go on there now and then just to look at stuff. I don't post anything. Yeah. I don't do anything.
I think it's going to just be a place where my family can access, like, I can say, hey, here's a picture of my kids doing nice, fun stuff or whatever. Anytime
Donald Trump is absolutely so hilarious. And how his supporters can still support him and not even... oh, my God. How he spins it and sells it is amazing. He's a genius.
And he's
an absolute, moron. He's like a savant.
But that's the thing is, he's like the Inspector Gadget of presidents because he's not a genius. He's absolutely incompetent. Nobody's really making even an effort. Like, people are scrambling to save him and it's not even working. He just ends up, it's like, again, I guess he's also the entourage of people. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I don't even want to be president. I want to start my own friggin' fake news company.
Yeah, him
and then he's like, now you're the president. Yeah.
Him and Alex Jones.
Yeah. Oh, God. Could you imagine him, Steve Bannon, and Alex Jones all teaming up on one friggin'...
one news network? Oh, my Lord. Well, that'll be amazing.
Like, I was the only
It'll be the new Weekly World News.
I haven't even thought about the Weekly World News in years.
Yeah, that'll be the new Weekly World News.
Let's go over to Bat Boy with the friggin' with the weather.
That's he never tells you the weather. He just hisses at the camera.
No.
Stop thinking about Trump. He's such a fucking jerkbag.
I lost my headphones. That was so funny. Oh, God. But yeah, man. So that's a little something for you to chew on. Go fuck yourself, Facebook. Follow us on Twitter at Miscast Podcast. Follow us. I'm not even going to say Instagram because that's a Facebook thing.
Facebook Twitter and Truth. Huh?
Yeah.
They start with the same letter.
Tumblr, also Truth.
Todd.
Tinder, also Truth.
Tinder.
Yeah,
no lies. Never any lies on Tinder.
Yeah.
I've never seen any lies on that platform.
No, not at all.
Not even the ones I told.
I know. The fact that
were plentiful.
I'm a 6 foot tall Asian woman.
Yeah. You sure are. That date we had. Wow.
I know. I let you go all the way because I felt bad.
Yeah, I know, right? I bought you Taco Bell.
I never catfish somebody and don't put out.
Is it catfishing then?
Yeah. Catfishing. Yeah. Catfishing is when you present yourself as one thing and then you come out as the other. That was based on
You're not a catfish. You're a human lady. Yeah. Get the fuck out of here.
That was based on
liar.
It was an old documentary where the guy is meeting a girl online when that was still all fairly new, and then he got there and he's like, it's this hot girl, and he's like, can I document the whole thing? And then he got there and she didn't want to meet him, and he finally convinced her, and then you find out it was this 45-year-old fat woman who was just, and then
what are you gonna do when you get there and you're like, you're totally not David Hasselhoff. Yeah. You're a 45-year-old fat woman. Yeah. Oh well, we're here.
Yeah, exactly.
What do these people expect?
I just it's one of those things that I think they think that they're never going to follow through, where they're just like, oh, this is going to be this fantasy romance that we're just going to write back and forth and nothing's ever going to come of it. And then all of a sudden it's like, I want to meet you. And they're like,
I never thought it'd go this far.
Whoopsie doodle. And then they those guys who did that turned the whole thing, a whole show, catfish. Whereas one guy who legit, it was on MTV for the longest time. One guy legitimately thought he was dating, I might have the celebrity wrong, but I think he said he was dating Mila Kunis.
Nice. She's married,
and
bro.
It was, not then. Yeah. This was years and years ago. But then oh no, it was Katy Perry. It was Katy Perry. And it was yeah, no, I'm definitely dating her. We met on this thing. He was and he was like, oh, what are some of the pictures she sent you? And it's all friggin' like press photos and stuff like that. And it was just I really hate to break this to
this.
And they end up hunting them down with IP addresses and stuff like that. It becomes a whole thing. And they're like, yeah, so you're not dating Katy Perry, just so you're aware. And there's what?
I can't believe it.
But it also makes me sad because it's your whole the guy's hopes. He was so desperate for that love or that whatever. Hopefully not is just an obsession of Katy Perry.
That dude I saw, I guess, I don't know where the fuck I even saw it, but it's 90 Day Fiancé.
Oh, God.
And this guy's bawling over this woman he met 2 days ago who's now left him.
Oh, so that was 2 Day Fiancé.
Yeah, and it's well, they're supposed to last the 90 days, but she's like, you never told me, blah, blah, whatever. And then she's like, no, I don't even want, she's like, hey, I'm so mad at you, I won't even use you for a green card. And he's like, no, baby, please, please.
That is a pretty harsh insult.
Wow. She didn't say that. She said it with her eyes. She did it by not showing up. Really itchy.
Yeah. Todd has been digging into his ball sack.
I can't help it.
I know it's sweaty in here.
Well, I've been walking with pants on and I've been chafing. My big legs have been chafing.
I like that somehow that sounds like the bad thing. I've been walking with pants on. I should be walking with them off.
I know. I should.
I was like,
I got this thing about shorts.
The real mistake is the pants.
The real mistake is walking.
Yeah, it's
right
true.
there.
It's true. I'm trying really hard to convince people that I need one of those blow into a straw wheelchairs, but nobody's on board.
I think even like a blow up wheelchair.
I also want that.
Like it goes in a pool. I don't know. It's for handicapped people that like to go swimming.
Well, no, that's just when I want to get like one of those good like handicap like spots, like at like a stadium or something like that, where it's got room for a wheelchair. And so I run in really quick and I blow it up and I just sit down on it. Yeah. And I was like, no,
move your chair at like.
Yeah. I have to piss right here. I can't get to the bathroom.
No, it's hollow. Just pee in it. Pee in the chair.
Oh, then I won't have to blow it up next time.
You won't have to, exactly. It'll be like a water bed.
Oh, but what if I have to blow it up just a little bit? Then I'm gonna pee
at the end of the concert. You pop it. Or you throw it into the crowd like a beach ball and watch as they bounce it around like that one from fucking KFC that doesn't wobble right.
Oh, God, that thing was the best. Does anybody remember that? I think somebody else released that as like, it was like the fun ball or something like that. It had like a little, like a little ball of sand in the middle. So you'd throw it and it would like, it's like you put a beach ball on vibrate.
It was like you put a bumble ball inside a beach ball.
Yeah, kind of. It was
like, why would you even want this thing? You can't throw it around.
Sure was hard to be a white kid in 1991.
I know, wasn't it?
Good Lord.
My moon shoes didn't take me fuck all anywhere.
My pogo ball got me pretty far.
Yeah, it's a pogo ball. Hey, man.
I can't beat this game. Game Genie, help me out. Like, we really were spoiled little shits when it came to consumerism.
And we were poor still, though. But, back in the day, that's when it all started.
Yeah.
They're like, buy the toys, of course. Come on.
I'm feeling real dark right now.
I always feel dark. I've been tanning. I'm going to tanning salons.
Oh, I had like 3 minutes exposure to the sun. I'll tell you, I was fucking terrified today. I walked. They basically said now in Ontario for COVID-19, they're like basically it's a Toronto problem now. Like, it exists in other places still, but they're like the one place where it's rampant is the GTA.
Yeah,
because
you see Trinity Bellwoods with like thousands of people.
It was
like, what the fuck?
Almost exactly like that whole Ozark Lake thing, which was also just another you guys are idiots. The Trinity Bellwood was bananas, and it like said there were people like shitting in like parking lots and like it was
what
just
is happening? Why?
I don't know.
I can't leave the park.
People forgot how to be, I guess. But the whole idea.
They don't even have toilet paper either. I bought all that toilet paper. You didn't even bring any to the park with you. What the fuck?
But just to me, the whole idea of the smallest sacrifice of fucking stay away from people for a bit until we say it's cool. And the people, like I'm watching all the protests, and that's the thing. The Canadians weren't protesting it so much. They're like, oh, we're allowed to go outside. Quick, everybody go to one place and mash in there like it's a Japanese water park.
And now there's like circles.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
On the grass, like socially distancing circles because we're just so dumb.
I know. Did you see the social distancing walkers at that UK pub?
No.
It was basically like it was like on a walker, like the four wheels and stuff like that. You stand in that and you stand inside this thing that it was a flat surface circle around you and then a big inner tube around you. So the whole thing had about a 3-foot radius so that you could not get within 6 feet of two people, but you also had a surface to put your drink down and stuff like that. I was like, that's kind of,
like an open. Those are drunks that really mean it.
Yeah.
Like they're like, I'm not going home and drinking. I'm going to spend my bar. I come to this bar every day.
Yeah.
I fucking live here.
Yeah. That's what Cheers would be.
Yeah. And it was like, forget it. So they actually like,
Norm, strap on my inner tube.
Oh, I just show up with the inner tubes just to fucking put all that shit. Cut out the middleman. Cut the middleman right out.
Good Lord. I just thought that would just be, I was looking at that and I'm like, not only is that a good idea for now, it's a good idea for forever. It always should have existed. Imagine going to a bar where you got into one of those things and bumped around with people.
I know, that sounds great. So even then when you're drunk and you pass out.
Yeah.
Maybe they'll give you a big, like,
bubble wrap helmet. Well, you'll never hit your head on anything because you're always staying within the thing, right? So you'll just like flop a little. And...
I want to see this thing.
I'll look it up when we're done this, which we are done this now because we were done this like 9 minutes ago. All right, guys. As I said, follow us on Twitter at miscastpodcast. Email us podcast@miscastcommentary.com. On Twitter, I'm also at JK Finley. Todd's at miscasttodd. Visit us at miscastcommentary.com. All that good stuff. We love you guys. Stay safe out there. Stay sane because holy shit is it hard to do right now.
It's hot.
And yeah, that's another reason. And we will see you next week.
Bye.
This has been Miscast Commentary with your hosts, Joe Finley and Todd Murray. Executive producer, Joe Finley. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to the podcast wherever you listen. Visit www.miscastcommentary.com for all news related to the podcast. Miscast Commentary is a Miscast Media production.